on Pick Dog and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here in the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern time and later, and deliver those winners of professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek here at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, we got Tony Brown with us. We got Jay Briggs. We also have Alex Smart. Millz Young will join us a little later. We got Shane Mickle, McMordie, and Damian Sosh. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. Smart, Sosh, McMordie, Mickle, Brown, Young, Brown, and I will close this one out. All right, let's get this one underway. Got college football on the menu today, NFL, and we got about a handful of Major League Baseball games. It looks like we've got about 5 of them for you here in the primetime hour, as we do have one starting here in a minute with this Tampa Bay and Cleveland game. So 5 baseball here for you guys tonight. Let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Alex Smart. If I'm over at Pick Dogs Prim, good start to the NFL season. So let's bring in Alex right now. I think he's ready to roll here. Alex, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. How's everything, buddy?
Everything's great. All right, here we go. We're going to let this one in here for Saturday. It's a light schedule on Thursday, so we're going to look at a Saturday college football game to lead us off here. Maryland here to host Michigan State in the Big Ten. Maryland here laying 8.5, total of 60.
Yeah, Maryland's getting too much respect. Michigan State, maybe they don't deserve any respect, but, hey, they played a pretty good Washington team, tough, week before last, and then I think that was just too much on them. And then they came in to that game against Minnesota really, really flat, and Minnesota blew the doors off on them. You look at Maryland, and, Michigan, they played Michigan well, but there was still 200 yards of rushing against them. And I know Michigan State hasn't done much with their ground game so far, but they are capable. There is enough talent there to move the chains here on the ground. And I think they're going to have to get back to basics, and that is their ground game. You have to remember Maryland is not like, nothing amazing under Loxley. I mean, so I'm going to put it this way. If you look at the ATS numbers, they've lost 17 of 24 under this head coach. They've lost straight up 18 of 24. And I just don't feel comfortable with this kind of line. It just sort of stuck out to me. And I said, okay, am I not reading enough into this game? Well, maybe I'm not, but I'm still going to look for an edge here. And the line does indicate that it's going to be a much closer game than we expect, especially since Maryland's probably in an emotional letdown situation after that big game against Michigan, and Michigan State just hungry as hell. So we're going to take some points here, and we're going to grab Michigan State.
All right, we got Alex here on Michigan State here, plus the 8 here against Maryland. Yeah, Maryland was one of those teams, Alex, that we've seen just get powdered when they went on the road here, or when they stepped up in class, when they placed the elite in their conference. And I think some people may be giving a little respect that they did get that cover against Michigan. 17-point dogs. Usually in situations like this, they've just been blown out, but they stay within a touchdown.
Yeah, and I'm not completely sold on Michigan this year either. I thought they'd be much better. Looks like the energy levels with Michigan also, just throwing an aside mention about Michigan. I'm a little bit paranoid at this point about Michigan, but we'll see how that rolls out.
All right, we got Alex out of Michigan State plus 8.5 here against Maryland. This one will have a start time here of 3:30 Eastern time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. We have a really good start here to the NFL season. Remember, Alex was the top unit producer over at Pick Dogs in the NFL last year, so great start to the NFL season for Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also showing good profit here in college football as well. So here we are with college football on the board. We also have NFL heading to a big weekend of football. Still some baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, no baseball tonight after I lost. I flied out with one of my rare, I do hit some favorites from time to time. I mean, last night was just a bad one. Verlander choked on me last night. I guess I hope he's not showing any tired air symptoms, but he's not. It's just late in the season. I guess the game didn't mean enough to them. Anyway, lost that one. We're going to move on. And looking at some college football for tomorrow, a full slate, up to 3 games. Also have 5 or 6 games, college football games lined up for Saturday, 4 games for NFL games that I've already targeted and have put up. And I'm going to pass on Monday, I think, but we'll see.
All right, you guys, I got aboard here with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs. Great results here in the NFL. Already on the board tonight with a Thursday night side here with the Dolphins and Bengals. So get on board with that. Of course, that pick is sold as credit guarantee for an individual play. Must win, or the amount you purchase is credit back into your account first side credits. That's what credit guarantee means. So good time to get on board with Alex Smart over at Pick Dog Spin with that play. Also, here we are on a Thursday. Maybe a good time to get on board with one of the long-term passes from Alex. He does have a 7-day all sports pass. Get all of his premium plays for 7 days. Of course, that will cover the remainder of the Major League Baseball regular season, as well as college football. Coach, we got college football here tonight. We got college football Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Don't forget, we got games now. We got a game or no for sure. An FCS, and then we have an FBS on Sunday. I can remember that. Also, your NFL coverage for Thursday, as well as Sunday and Monday. So 3 days of NFL with that 7-day all sports pass. Of course, you could use the promo code WIN15 at checkout. That'll save you 15% off. And you could also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Alex, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you again next week.
Take care, guys. Have a great weekend.
You got it. Alex Smart here on the drive to. Let's continue here on our show, guys. We're going to go ahead and welcome up next year will be Damian and Sosh. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs at Premium. We'll bring in Damian right now. We've got some coverage tonight here from Damian. Let's bring him in. Damian, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. How you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go. 7:40 Eastern time. We got the Brewers here hosting the Marlins. Milwaukee here, minus 175, total 7.5.
Yeah, the Brewers now with the Phillies loss earlier this afternoon to the Cubbies, they find themselves in a tie here for the wild card. They're going to be sending Eric Lauer to the mound. Lauer's had a pretty decent season, 10-7, 3.96 ERA. He's going to be making his second start since being on the injured list. He was on the injured list with some elbow problems, elbow inflammation. In his only start since then, since coming off the injured list, he allowed 2 runs in just 2 2/3 innings against the Reds. He allowed 5 hits and also walked 3 batters. Against the Marlins, he does not have very good career numbers. 0-3 career against the Marlins, 7.53 ERA. And in his lone start this season against Miami, he allowed 4 runs in 5 innings pitched. Now, they're going to be facing Braxton Garrett here for the Marlins. Garrett, decent numbers, 3-6, not a great record, but a 3.52 ERA, very respectable. He spent some time on the IL as well with an oblique, but in his start since coming off the IL, he fared much better. He pitched against the Nationals, went 6 strong innings, allowing just 1 run. Now, neither offense has really impressed this season, but the Marlins are actually hitting .255 combined over their last 10 games. And given their recent success against Lauer, I think we're getting pretty good value here. Plus money, I know that like I mentioned, the Brewers now find themselves tied with the Phillies, but it's not because the Brewers have been playing just outstanding baseball. It's the Phillies have just fallen flat in their face, and that's the reason they find themselves tied. So I'm going to take the Marlins here and with the plus money, and that's what I'm going with.
All right, so we got Damian here on the Marlins plus 150 here against the Brewers. Yeah, I'm with you there on this Marlins side. We've seen the Marlins actually hitting left-handers. I know you're giving some numbers here, but you go over the past 10, they're hitting .333 against lefties. And Lauer's form's not been too sharp, but you look at his past 4 starts, 15 earned runs allowed in 17 innings. Garrett's allowed 2 earned runs with 6 of 8. So it does look on paper that Miami is definitely a live dog here.
Yeah, I like him a lot in this spot, and you hit the nail on the head. Lauer has not looked good. Miami's hitting the ball, hitting lefties well. And I think we're getting good plus money. Braxton Miller's been pretty solid. So yeah, I definitely like the Marlins here with that plus money.
All right, we got Damian here on record. Marlins plus 150 against the Brewers. This one to start here at 7:40 Eastern time. All right, Damian, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Spin for tonight's action here. We got 5 games on the board here from Major League Baseball, as well as a single here from college football, as well as NFL. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, actually, all my 3 plays that I have today are still available on the board. You can get them all on my Winner Circles pass. I have a side in the NFL game, a side in the BYU Utah State college football game, and I also have another money line play in Major League Baseball. So, guys, hop on board there and then hook yourselves up with a long-term package. You get my NFL play is on sale today, $15. So, after that wins, hook yourself up with the 3, 7, 30-day plan. As you mentioned, football now until Monday, so it's definitely a great time to jump on board and hook yourself up with a long-term plan.
That's right. Get on board with Damian Sosh over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get on board with that Winner Circle Pass right now. A 3-pack up there from Damian. Of course, it is credit guarantee. You must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credited back into your account. That's what credit guarantee is. Also, these plays are sold individually at Thursday Night Lights up there. Also an NFL main event, so lots of plays there from Damian. Of course, you can go long-term with Damian. He does have that 30-day all sports pass. You get all of Damian's plays there for 30 days, include all his Major League Baseball. Remember, this will take you right near right about the start of the World Series with that 30-day all sports pass. We get baseball in there, all your NFL, all your college football here for 30 days, as well as the start of the NBA season. NBA beginning here October 18th. That's covered there. We get some NHL in there as well. A lot of NHL, about 3 weeks of NHL is that we get started here about October 7th with the NHL. So that 1 month all sports pass, a really good value right now with all these sports overlapping. You factor in baseball, the NBA starting off here, a lot hockey as well, all the football. That 1 month all sports, a very good value right now. We can save you money right now and use that promo code WIN15 at checkout. That will save you 15% off. You can access Damian's page by clicking the link in the description. Look for the All Cappers tab, click it, and then get signed up. All right, Damian, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you again next week.
Thank you, Tony. Talk to you soon.
You got it. Damian Sosh here on the Drive Thru. Guys, we're going to let people sign in. If you missed any picks, we'll do a recap here at the end of the show. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. Let's go ahead and welcome in Big Al McMordie to the show. Big Al, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you today? Can't speak. How are you today, Tony?
Doing great. All right, Big Al, here we go, 9:40 Eastern time. We're excited one last night. They put on a pretty good show.
That was great.
That was a great
If you
game.
had the right side, it was exciting. If you
Yeah.
had the Padres, it wasn't so exciting.
No, it wasn't. Then you don't need a lot of hitting. There was a lot of drama when these teams meet. And the Padres showing something here at the end. They're going to be hosting the Dodgers. Here, Dodgers, as you expect, favored here about -145 total, 8.5.
Yeah, on the show, if folks joined us yesterday, I did have the Dodgers as my free play. I'm going to kind of reverse course and take the Padres as a nice underdog today. The line actually, I think, would have been a lot lower, but a lot of the Padres are being rested tonight. Austin Nola's out. Will Myers, Josh Bell are also being rested for the Dodgers side. Gavin Lux and Joey Gallo are being rested. So, obviously the Padres have a little bit more talent that won't be on the field today. So that's why you see this line a bit inflated here. But I do like the Padres as an underdog. They've been decent as an underdog. They've been awful as a favorite this year, but decent as an underdog when the Padres are installed as an underdog this season. 23-21 plus 8.1 net games, so that's pretty darn good. And they're also off that 1-0 shutout loss, and they're now 8-2 off a shutout loss. So I like the Padres to bounce back off that 1-0 loss yesterday. The pitching matchup, it's about a battle of the bullpens. Steven Wilson gets his first career start for the Padres. He's had a decent rookie season. He's had 50 strikeouts over 50 innings. He's allowed just 54 base runners, walks and hits combined. 52 base runners for a 1.04 whip. Graterol has almost identical stats. His ERA is just a tick higher at 2.89. His whip is a little bit lower at 0.94. Neither pitcher obviously will go that long, but it looks to be, from my eyes, a fairly even matchup today, and I like the Padres at plus $1.30 right now.
All right, we got Big Al here on the Padres here, about $1.30, 128 here against the Dodgers. And I'm kind of looking at somewhat what they're prospecting here as the primary pitchers, maybe too soon to follow here. We could be seeing Big Al, Andrew Heaney coming in, oh my goodness, and maybe Sean Manaea here for the Padres.
You don't have to ruin it for me, but
well, he's maybe an inning or two, maybe if again, bullpens will probably work they could probably just work the lineup here to see what benefits them.
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers got that big win last night. They now have the franchise record, 107 victories. So, there's not a lot of incentive on the Dodgers the rest of the way after getting that win last night. Obviously, the Padres have a lot more incentive, and I like the Padres as the underdog in this game.
There we go. I mean, I'm showing in the lineup here: Profar, Soto, Machado. They got their guys in there tonight. So we got Big Al here on the Padres plus 128 against the Dodgers. This one is starting here at 9:40 Eastern time. All right, Big Al, let's take over at Pick Dodge Premium, where you're sitting really great right here for 2022. Big Al was the top unit producer over at Pick Dodge for last year. This year, put up great numbers again, nearly 3,300 units of profit for 2022, all documented over at Pick Dodge. So again, these numbers you can verify by going to Big Al's handicapper page, go down to pick history. All the plays are shown there. They're graded immediately. All right, Big Al, we do have about looks like about 5 games from the Major League Baseball card, as well as an NFL and college football. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
A lot going on. I've got my NFL Thursday night football game of the month. I'm 8-2 this NFL season. I've had extreme success on the primetime games. I think it's 134 and 75. My last 209 NFL primetime releases. in the midst of my 11th winning NFL year in a row, if we can keep it going. So great play tonight in the Thursday night football game. I've got one baseball play I've put up for Friday, my Pac-12 game of the month. I've put up for Saturday. I can't remember if it's 6 or 7 college plays already, but I've got my college football game of the week. I've got my college football favorite of the week. I've got a lot of good stuff. And then I've got a 3-game package for folks who want quantity and quality. So it's a really strong card on Saturday. And then I'll have the Sunday NFL plays posted probably tonight, but maybe tomorrow afternoon.
All right, guys, again on board with Big Al McMordie over at Pig Dogs Room. Great results here, 3,299 units of profit for 2022. Also showing great profit the last 30 days, coming in with profit yesterday as well. And if you can check out his records, great profit in NFL, showing profit in college football. So really good numbers here from Big Al McMordie. So get on board. Of course, Big Al was talking about his Thursday night game of the month. That's up there right now. You can buy that individually. The credit guarantee must win, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account. That's what credit guarantee means. The long-term passes are not credit guarantee because they're sold already at a discount rate. So a lot of individual plays up there. A good baseball play up there already with action for Friday. College football, as Big Al was talking about, a lot of college football up there already. Now, guys, if you want to, your best value here is getting the long-term passes. We have a Big Al has a 30-day all-sports pass. Even longer, if you want to go with that 1-year all-sports pass, you get all of Big Al's plays for 1 year, all his NFL, all his college football. It includes as well the postseason. As we're getting into baseball as well, the postseason here beginning just about a week away. That is also part of your pass. NHL, and of course, NBA is we're getting closer to the start of the NBA. But there's not a whole lot of preseason in the NBA because they're going to start October 18th. So they're going to get a run right on the court. But as you said yesterday, you're going to be in action early in the NBA.
Yeah, it's the one sport where I love the early games. I've got some amazing systems that apply to the first couple of weeks in the NBA season. So it's really, 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 really strong. Unlike the other sports where I usually prefer to wait like a week for the football to start, or for several weeks for college basketball. I mean, I have some plays early on in college basketball, but I much prefer for the teams to have some games under their belt. I won't be playing like that first day where they play 24 hours or whatever. I won't get involved in that stuff. But,
some people like to push those totals early in college basketball, thinking with the coaching.
Yeah, they do. I don't really mess with college basketball totals, but the NBA, the first 2 weeks is, it's just great opportunities.
Don't miss out on that opportunity, guys. Get on board with Big Al's 1 year all sports pass, entire premium plays here for a year. Use that promo code WIN15 at checkout. That you'll save 15% off. That's a sizable discount there, especially when you get these long-term passes. It saves you $300 right now when you use that promo code WIN15 at checkout, and you can access Big Al's page by clicking the link in the description. Look at the All Cappers tab at the top, click it, and get signed up. All right, Big Al, it's always great having you on the show. We'll catch up with you again next week. But I know you contribute a lot to the Pig Dogs channel with the NFL football show as well as the weekend content.
Yeah, the NFL football show, I think it's live on Wednesdays. I'm sure folks can find it on the YouTube. You can get, we talk about every NFL game on the card. So it's myself, Jay Briggs, and Mitch. So it's really great. I think my plays for the first 3 weeks are 33 and 15. So, it's all for free. And folks can go there and listen to our NFL show. And then on the weekends, of course, we talk about all the games going on the weekends on the YouTube channel. So lots of good stuff, lots of free content.
Lots of free content. Watch the NFL show. It was Jay, Big Al, and Mitch on demand right now over on the YouTube channel on Pig Dogs. And, of course, live Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. The football shows there, full of football there. Catch Big Al there as well. Big Al, great having you on board. We'll talk with you again next week.
Thanks, Tony.
You got it. Big Al McMordie. Big Al McMordie here on The Drive. So let's continue on. Guys, again, if you missed any of our picks, we have a recap ready for you at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue on here on The Drive. We got next up, let's go over to Shane Mickle. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Stream. Well, Shane Mickle has been on fire this year with his plays. He's been doing great work. So let's go ahead and bring in Shane Mickle right now. We'll find him over at Pig Dogs Stream. Also contributes with UFC coverage on the Pig Dogs and Picks and Parlays website. Let's bring him in right now. I'm sorry, the Sports Chat Place website. What's going on, Shane? What's happening? Oops.
How's it going tonight, Tony?
It's going pretty good. All right, here we go. 9:45 Eastern time as we have the Giants here hosting the Rockies here with the Giants here minus 200, total of 7.
Yeah, this line has moved down for the Giants here. I think they opened around like minus 230 or minus 240 when I was looking at this play, which kind of scared me off them. But I do love a total here. I think this game stays under. Carlos Rodon is on for the Giants. He's been lights out all season. Eight of his last 10 starts, he's given up 2 runs or less. They're playing in San Francisco where you get that thick nighttime air where it sure seems to kill the ball, keep it in the ballpark. And then on the other side, you have Ryan Feltner, who hasn't been wonderful, but he's been okay. He's probably going to go 5 innings in this game, give up 2 or 3 runs, and that'll be enough here to get the job done. The Rockies' offense has not been good enough this season. I think they're 15th in the league in terms of runs scored. Which doesn't look terrible on paper, but when you play Coors Field for 82-year games, there's no reason you shouldn't be in the top 8 or top 7 when you should be putting up 6 or 7 runs a night on your home. So I think that they really struggle against Rodon. I think the Giants also, they're not going to be putting up 6 or 7 runs in this game. So I like the under here.
All right, we got Shane here going under the total here. Rockies and the Giants have Rodon pitching well. And one thing about this Giants during this run, and it's come kind of late for them, has been the work of the bullpen. Now, you look at the Giants bullpen over the past 10 here in ERA 1.72. You already have a light-hitting Rockies team coming in, and you got a bullpen that's been able to shut down teams here of late.
Yeah, definitely. And that's perfect with a guy like Rodon on the mound. You get 6 out of him, and then you go bang, bang, bang for the last 3 innings of the bullpen. With that number moving down, I do kind of like the Giants -1.5 too, but just with what it opened at, I was kind of scared away from them. But yeah, there's really no reason that the Rockies should put up maybe more than 2 runs here. This should be a pretty easy under and a pretty easy victory for the Giants.
All right, we got Shane here on the Rockies Giants under total of 7. This one here to start at 9:45 Eastern time. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs, where you've been on absolute fire here. 2,311 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dogs, showing great profit over the last 7 days, and of course a profit. Doing great work here. We're looking at his numbers here right now over at Pick Dogs. All right, Shane, we still have about 5 games on the board for Major League Baseball. That one from the NFL and college football tonight. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, for tonight I've got a 3 pack up there. I've got my sampler. It includes my my NFL play of the week, my top college football play, and my top MLB play for $39.99. Or you can get that NFL play by itself for $29.99. Or hop on something long term. I probably give out the most plays in terms of volumes here on the site. And there's been a few times this last week. I think I've won 12 of the last 14 days. And there's been times where I've had a positive day, a nice positive day. But I lose 2 out of 3 in that package, and of course you get your money back if you do that package. But long term it'll save you money, and then you'll get every single play. So, when those are hitting, even if my package doesn't, you still come out with a winning day. So, like you've been talking about, the NBA is right around the corner, NHL is right around the corner. I do handicap both of those, both in writing and in premium picks. So hop on that 30-day pass, and let's make some money together.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see these numbers. They've been really impressive. 2,311 units of profit last 30 days. Again, they are all documented. You can verify those numbers while going over to Pick Dogs and going down to Pick History. You can see all the plays here that Shane has put up on the board. Comes in tonight with a Thursday night play of the day. Right now over at Pick Dogs, of course, it is credit guarantee. It means it must win, or the amount you purchase is credited back in your account. That's what credit guarantee means here with this Thursday night play of the night. Also play of the week up there from football. Of course, we've talked about this, with these long-term passes, how valuable they are right now. That 1 month all sports pass, all of Shane's plays for the month. We've talked about the NBA and being in play as it begins here in a couple of weeks, as well as, of course, all your plays here from MLB and the postseason, which starts about a week and a day away. So we're not too far away from the wild cards from baseball. And of course, the 1 month pass will take you a few games into the World Series as well. And of course, all the hockey as well in that 1 month pass, NBA as we talked about. And if Shane's in action with UFC, because I know he covers content for Pick Dogs with UFC, that is also part of it. On that 1 month all sports pass, you could use the promo code WIN15 at checkout. That will save you 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Shane, it's always great having you show. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend.
You got it. Shane Mickle here on the Drive to. Let's continue seeing a lot of people sign in. Guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. Towards the back end of the show, we're going to have a lot of coverage here from this from the Thursday night game between the Dolphins and the Bengals. We have a play for you there, and we also have a prop for you there. So that will be coming up very shortly, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on. Let's out to Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's welcome in Tony Brown. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Tony Brown right now. I think we're ready to roll here with Tony Brown. Tony Brown, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening with you?
It's going great. All right, here we go. 9:38 Eastern time. We have these Angels here at home hosting Athletics. With the Angels here, minus 250, total 7.
Yeah, the Angels is the right pick in this one, but that minus 250 is way high. And that's not just because it's the Angels, that's any team. We're doing this as an investment. We're not just gambling. And if you lose a minus 250 game, you're almost down 3 units in one game. So we would never play that anyway. But in this situation, I think the Angels win, and they win comfortably. They have Shohei Ohtani on the mound, and I know this isn't going to be a popular opinion with folks, but to me, he's this year's MVP. I mean, nothing taken away from what Judge is doing over there in New York or whatnot, but Shohei has similar numbers at the plate, and then he pitches. And not only does he pitches well. So it's kind of no comparison to me, but we'll see how that pans out. But anyway, he's on the mound tonight, and I think he does it from both sides of the plate. I think he helps his own cause. I think he picks up a home run over against Oakland pitching, which Oakland is tied for second worst record in the MLB. They're only 2 games behind Washington for the worst record in pro baseball. They have 99 losses, and I think they make it 100 tonight. No need to lay the heavy juice. We're going to go with Angels to win by at least 2 runs, making the Angels run line our free play of the day.
All right, Angels run line here from Tony Brown. Bring those odds down to minus 125 here with the Angels. And of course, Ohtani is, we can really, you like the Dodgers, obviously, but the Angels, you got to respect the man Ohtani. He's been doing the work, even with the losing team, and the attitude's still been pretty good there. So you're going to get an honest, you'll get an honest effort there. An elite strikeout rate, 33%, cut downs his walk. And of course, this Oakland team, a light hitting team that's really had their struggles.
Yeah, like I mentioned in the before, there's only one team with 100 losses, and that's Washington. And the Oakland A's are right behind them at 99. So they'll be the second team with 100 losses. They've been bad, not just recently, all year. Like, betting against Oakland has been a great proposition. They're even worse at home. I mean, they're better on the road, but that doesn't mean they're good on the road. They still lost 50-something on the road. There's just no reason to bet on Oakland ever. They win, time to time. I've seen the team go 0-162, but at the end of the day, they've been one of the more profitable teams to bet on. And Shohei Ohtani, for the Angels, he's been the reason they've won sometimes. They would go 0-4 and then win his start. 0-4, win his start. So he's been putting this team on his back since 2 years ago, and I don't think things changed tonight.
All right, Tony Brown here. Angels run line, minus 1.5 runs, minus 125 against the Athletics. This one have a start time, 9:38 Eastern time. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. Look at these numbers from Tony Brown over the last 30 days. 1,388 units of profit, also showing great profit the last 7 days, coming off of winning day yesterday. All right, Tony Brown, we still have 5 games on the board for Major League Baseball, had that 1 NFL game, and college football. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it was a big card today. We had a big day. I took all 3 of those morning games. We took 2 out of 3. We hit Boston. We hit Detroit, and we missed out on the Twins game. They lost 3-2, but still 2 out of 3 turned a profit for the morning. And then we have 3 plays left. It's my MLB play of the day. It's the night game tonight, my primetime pick. And we got the NFL, Thursday night football, and we got a little college football tonight. So you can get all 3 of those individually, or you can grab them with a 3-pack.
That's right, guys. I got a board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs. A 3-way, 3-pack right now from Tony Brown up there at Pick Dogs. Him got his best bets here from college football, MLB, and NFL all together in a 3-pack. Credit guarantee, you must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credited back into your account for site credits. That's what credit guarantee means. So that's on the board right now, as well as individual plays from Tony Brown. He does have his $15 premium pick right now on the board right now with an MLB primetime power pick. So you got that going on. Plenty of time to get in on it. 9:40 Eastern time start. West Coast game. Kind of maybe have a feeling what that one's going to be. But anyway, I get on with Tony Brown. You could get a long-term pass. The 30-day pass will get you a good value here, because not only do you get all of Tony Brown's football, NFL, and college, also his baseball. We're getting into playoff time here next week, right? With the wild card weekend round, should take you right to the beginning of the World Series. But again, the NBA is in just a couple of weeks. The Lakers are going to be in action pretty soon, and of course, Tony Brown it's always been hot on the ice. The hockey, we're seeing some of the preseason games, and we're just about almost a little more than a week away from the start of regular season. I'm bringing this up because you've got this VIP 1 year all sports pass that will cover all these sports.
Yeah, it's the only way to go if you really want to make some money betting. Like, you don't even have to like the sports. I know a lot of people don't like hockey, but the numbers that we're putting up in hockey is ridiculous. So I know a lot of people like money. And even on a light like tonight, I have my NFL play up, I have my college football play up, and I have an MLB play up. You'd have to buy three separate passes just to get all of my picks for tonight. So, like, if you're serious about making money betting sports, this is a full 365 days of play. You don't pay again. You pay one time and that's it. There's no upselling. You get playoff picks, championship picks, everything's included from every league, every single pick I release. So jump on that pass and let's win some money.
Win some money, Tony Brown, that 1 year all sports pass right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. Don't forget to use the Tony Brown, or actually the promo code WIN15 at checkout, and that will take 15% off. And you're looking at a sizable discount here, $130 and then $65. That's almost, it's $195 off that 1 year pass when you use that promo code WIN15 at checkout. Really good value right there, guys. Mounts just around $3 a day for Tony Brown's 1 year all sports pass, including postseason as well. All his premium plays over at Pick Dogs. All right, Tony Brown, as always, great. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you again next week.
I always appreciate being here, and I'll see you guys next week.
See you next week. Tony Brown here on The Drive Thru. Let's continue on, guys. Got a lot of people signing in. If you missed any of our picks, we will do a complete recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And all right, here we go. Back end of the show is football heavy. We got the NFL game covered for you with props as well as a selection on the side. Let's get it going here. Let's go ahead and welcome in Millz Young. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. On fire in the UFC MMA picks. I hope you guys have been following his show and following his handicapper page, because he's been on absolute fire. Seems like every week when there's ever a UFC card, those numbers go up and up and up. And we probably expect again the same for this weekend. But let's bring in Millz right now. Millz, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony? How you guys doing today?
Doing great. All right, here we go. 8:15 Eastern time. Bengals here to host the Dolphins. We see that the Bengals here -1. Boy, we've seen this total go up. I've actually seen it tick to 49 someplace. But anyway, 48.5 is a total. And, of course, you'll be looking at this one a little different way.
Yeah, definitely, man. Before I get on to this player prop to get you on top, I almost threw my phone when Tony Brown said that Ohtani should be MVP. Just stop it. Just stop. All right, cool. Now, player prop to get you on top. A lot of people want to play. I'm going to get you something that's going to get you paid. I'm talking about Jamar Chase. I'm looking at his reception prop in this game. Over 5.5 is the player prop that I like to get you on top. First game, he had 10 receptions. Second game, he only had 5. Last game, he went for 6. But this is why I like this player prop a lot. I remember it vividly. Last year, don't remember the month, the Bengals played Kansas City Chiefs. And I said it. Jamar Chase was playing his homie, his OG, the guy he looks up to. So he's going to have a field day. He wanted to show him, hey, I'm the new you. I could do this as you can. So what did he do? Career game, 220 yards, a couple of touchdowns, and over 12 receptions or 11 receptions in that game. Guess what? He's playing them again. And Tyreek Hill wants revenge. But he wants to run Eli Apple. So I look for Jamar Chase to go out there and show him again. Hey, there's a new guy in town, and his name's Jamar Chase. And these are the player props to get you on top, because he's just going to be out there running on those cornerbacks. They have a good backfield. Xavier Howard and Byron Jones, that's not a light task at all. The good thing is this, though. They're going to be worried about Travis Boyd and T. Higgins. Jamar Chase is going to be able to go out there and get those Cooper Kupp receptions. So I'm definitely going to be playing him to go over 5.5 receptions. And that's my player prop to get you on top.
There we go. We got Millz here with the Jamar Chase over 5.5. He's done that 3 of the 5 games this season. The only time it didn't happen was at Dallas. But again, you're looking at a Miami defense that was on the field 90 plays last week. That's all we've been hearing about is how long they've been on the field. It was a lot. It was, you got to give them credit. And again, it's not a touchdown prop. It's a reception prop. And one thing about the Dolphins, they're getting up a lot of yardage against the pass.
Yeah, I mean, see, and what you just said right there, short turnaround for them, too. They were on the field all those plays for the defense out there, and yeah, when you play a touchdown prop, I'll be honest with you guys, it's one of the most harder things to hit. And if you are going to play them on the running back, because once you get to that goal line, 50% of the time they want to play limitless, risk-free football, and, the running backs gets touchdowns. But, you can play a Kelsey touchdown and, he can have 8 receptions, 200 yards and never get the touchdown, and you just lost that money. But compared to if your team's down or up, you can still hit that reception prop or rushing prop. So Yeah, definitely, man. That's why I'm coming at it with this one right here. And he already has two touchdowns this year. He always likes to get his way in the end zone. So another little sneaky prop, would also be over 1.5 rushing yards, because sometimes he does get that Deebo Samuel effect out the backfield.
Sometimes you find those values in the receptions. People get happy with the touchdown, first touchdown, anytime touchdown, but those reception props are really good value. Here in a situation like this, and sometimes with these tight ends as well, these tight ends don't have breakaway speed. That's why it's always nervous when you're looking at those touchdown props. But yeah, definitely like the reception props a lot better. Jamar Chase over 5.5 receptions. This game will start at 8:15 Eastern time. All right, Mills, let's take a look at Pick Dog Pin for tonight's action. As we mentioned, what great results here in the MMA. 2,567 units of profit in the MMA. That is all documented. Also showing great profit the last 30 days, the last 7 days showing great profit up there over at Pick Dodge Premium. Also showing great profit here in college football. So here we go tonight. We got about a handful of games here, 5 games left on the Major League Baseball card, as well as an NFL and college football. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
I got my one play up there. It's my MLB daily winner. We've been calculating all of it. Baseball is not dead, so don't think that all because other sports is going on that we still ain't making money on baseball over here. So I got my $15 play up there to get you paid. UFC is around the corner, not just UFC, Bellator. That's why I'm dressed like this right now. I'm covering a live media event at the event, and guess what? Get my 3-day pass, because I got Bellator plays on there. I got UFC plays on there. I got everything that you're going to need this week to get you some cash. So if you get that 3-day pass today, you get my one play for the day, you get my whole UFC card and my Bellator card that I'm trying to tell you guys is stacked. I'm attacking both of the fight events this week. I'm going to be live at the event at Bellator on Saturday, covering it in a suit, as you see, media up. So, yeah, man, this is the time. Get the 3-day pass right now so you can get you some cash.
That's right. Get on board with Millz Young over at Pick Dogs. Premium season numbers in the UFC, 2,567 units of profit, all documented. Shows good profit in college football. Showing profit last 30 days, last 7 days, all documented over at Pick Dog Stream. Looking at tonight, he does have an MLB daily winner, $15 premium pick up there. Credit guarantee must win, or the amount you purchase is credited back into your account. That's what credit guarantee means. So let's build up that bankroll for those UFC picks. Make increased bets here with Mills when you win these plays tonight. Also, as we talked about, that 3-day pass is a great value right now here with Mills. We talk about the baseball. We know the football is part of it as well, NFL and college. But again, we're getting into UFC weekend here with UFC picks. Bellator is also there. He's on site as a credentialed member of the press there, the media covering the event. So he knows that they just. I know this for a fact. They just don't give that to anybody.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Been putting that work in. So hard work pays off.
The hard work pays off. He really studies UFC enough to be, a professional, because he's a basic professional member of the media there covering UFC, so he knows it like the back of his hand. So get on board here with Mills' 3-day pass. You got the football, and of course you got the Bellator card and the UFC card for the weekend. 3-day pass. Of course, you could use the promo code WIN. Although I'm going to say you probably won't need it with all the money you're going to make, but it's always good to have a little extra bucks in your pocket. So use the promo code WIN15 at checkout, and you'll save 15% off on that 3-day all sports pass over at Pick Dogs. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Mills, it's always great having you show. Keep up the great work. We're looking for your picks there. I know you contribute a lot to the Pick Dogs channel with you and Brad with that UFC show on Saturdays, and also your contributions to the weekend show with Mitch and Company.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be rolling it out this Saturday, right after the morning show. Going to be going over some of the Bellator picks, some of the UFC card for you. Then check us out on Sunday. Every capper gets their own little spotlight to go over the player, their pick that they like. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. I think last Sunday I gave out, I don't know who, but it was a winner. That just feels good.
Mills, great. That's right, guys. Check out Mills' UFC show with Brad on Saturday after the morning show, and of course on the weekends, 10 a.m. Eastern time with Mitch's crew there Sunday. All right, Mills, keep up great work. We'll talk with you again next week.
All right, Tony. Thanks for having me, man. Hey, appreciate everybody in the chat. Just hit that like for us one time.
That's right. One time. Millz Young here on the drive to. Let's continue our coverage, guys. A lot of people signing in right now to the show. If you missed any of the pick, we got the recap ready for you. We'll get to you in just a second. All right, we got you the prop here from Thursday Night Football. We got a side right now, and for that side is our man Jay Briggs. If I'm over at Pick Dogs Premium, does great work up there. Catch him at the halftime for the NFL shows tonight, as well as the NFL show over at Pick Dogs. Jay, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony?
It's going great. All right, maybe get a little closer to the mic. The volume is a little low there again. All right, here we go. At 8:15 Eastern time, we have the Bengals here to host the Dolphins here with Cincinnati -4, total 48.5.
All right, man. So I'm looking at this game. I'm looking at the Dolphins to win this game outright, y'all. I think we're getting too much love on the Cincinnati Bengals. We've seen this Bengals play 3 games already, and they've only looked good in one. In the game they looked good in was against the New York Jets with Joe Flacco at quarterback. Whoop-de-doo. We seen them lose to the Dallas Cowboys. Granted, the Cowboys' pass rush is amazing, but, with a backup quarterback in there, that's a game you should win. And then they also lost to the Steelers, division game, but, Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback. These are games that, you would expect a Super Bowl team, a team that went to the Super Bowl last year to win those games, man. And here in this game now, you want me to lay points with them against arguably the second best team in the league, the Miami Dolphins. I know Tua was hurt. I understand that. I understand they're on a short week and they just had a tough game in the heat in Miami against the Buffalo Bills. I understand that as well. But this Miami team is just a solid unit on the offensive side of the ball. I love what they got going with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. We seen them fight back against the Baltimore Ravens in a game that they could have very easily lost, but they were resilient, came back and won it. And then to beat arguably a lot of people's number 1 team last week in the Buffalo Bills in a game where they got dominated, but to still win that game is, it shows to the grit that this team has. And I'm not afraid to bet this team on the road. I think this team does go in here and gets a win. We've seen this offensive line for the Cincinnati Bengals not be able to hold up. Joe Burrow is tied for the most sacks allowed in the league. I don't expect that to change here tonight. I don't understand the line. So I think the best thing is to take the value with the better team, in my opinion, the Miami Dolphins, and I'm going to lay the points I'm going to take them on the money line.
All right, we got that Jay here on the Dolphins money line +170 here against the Bengals. Everyone's talking about it's a bad spot for Miami, but I always look at it this way: bad spot. Teams lose. We see playoff teams lose in these type of situations. But if you really believe that the Miami Dolphins are a Super Bowl contender, Super Bowl contenders win in bad spots.
Yes, sir. They for sure do that, Tony. And like I said, this is not the Bengals team from last year. We haven't seen Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase hook up like they were last year. We just haven't seen it. And I'm a game watcher, man. I've watched all 60 minutes of the games of all 3 games that these teams have played, and I'm telling you, the Miami Dolphins are the better team. So I'm gonna take the value, man. I'm gonna believe my eyes, and I'm gonna take the Dolphins on the money line.
Looking at strategy, do you think I kind of had a thought that maybe that Cincinnati or actually Miami may try to shorten this game, just try to play the ball control game, realizing that when you want to play the least amount of defense as possible on a short week.
I think so too, Tony. I think they do try to play that ball control. Most primetime games, most teams do play that way. We've seen some unders come in the primetime games. And that's because most teams do play that ball control off in a short week. The playbook is not as extensive as it is on a long week. So, I think that both teams have that mindset coming into today. It's who can which offensive line can withstand the other defensive line. And the Cincinnati Bengals are missing arguably the number 1 defensive interior guy in the league, and DJ Reader. He's out tonight. So that's another reason why I kind of like the Dolphins.
All right, we got the Dolphins here, money line +170 here against the Bengals. This one to have a start time here of 8:15 Eastern time, Amazon Prime. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. Of course, we knew we had that NFL game up on the board, one from college football as well. We still have 5 on the board from Major League Baseball. Really heavy West Coast late night action today. So we'll get to halftime of that Dolphins game. We'll have some West Coast baseball getting underway. So what do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir, Tony. I got NFL best bet up there tonight. I also got my I have a college football best bet up there for you guys tonight. I really couldn't find no value in MLB today, so I didn't want to force y'all no play today, so I didn't force it. No play in MLB, but I'm getting back on that MLB horse tomorrow. You know, we're coming down on the end of MLB season. It's all about finding the right spot, not every spot. You know, especially here in the late season before playoffs, not everybody has the intent to play for the right reason. So, you know, just the end of the season. So, got to find the right spot. So, but I have a NFL best bet up there today. I have a college football best bet up there for y'all guys today. Y'all can hop on that, or you can hop on a 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day, man. That's the best way to go, man. A long-term package, best value. You save a lot of money, and you pick up a lot of money. Seems like a great thing to do, in my opinion. And or you can pair me up 2-for-1 capper special with guys like Tony, who I know has a baseball play today. He has one every day, man. He's hot in the baseball. Just go check the leaderboards. You can pair me up with guys like Millz in the MMA. You can pair me up with Big Al McMordie, who I did the NFL show with yesterday. Or you can pair me up with Mitch, who as well in the NFL show yesterday as well. Be sure to go check that out. We got a lot going on at pickdogs.com, man. You really can't go wrong whichever way you go. That's what we got going on, man. Best site out.
That's right, guys. Again, we get on board here with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs, our premium NFL best bet on the board right now. Credit guarantee must win, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account. That's what credit guarantee means. Also, college football best bet up there as well. So get on board with Jay. We talk about the long-term passes you want to try out. Jay, get them together, a 7-day all sports pass. Get all of Jay's plays for 7 days. That will take you to the end of the regular season here for Major League Baseball. Also, will include your NFL here, your NFL for Thursday, Sunday, as well as Monday's action there with that 7-day pass. College football, well, we got action tonight, Friday, Saturday, and yes, there is a game on Monday. We know SMU and UCF are playing on Sunday. We'll see if there's more, but that is also part of the a 7-day pass there. If you get on board with Jay with that 7-day pass, you can also use the promo code WIN15 at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. And as Jay was mentioned, and add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Jay, it's always great having you show. Keep up that great work. We're going to catch you at halftime tonight.
Yes, sir. I'll be on halftime tonight with me and Mitch, man. Y'all can check us out. Be sure to also go check out the halftime show I did with Big Al and Mitch. A lot of great info. I don't have my record on hand like Big Al did earlier, but a lot of great information in those videos, a lot of great picks, free content. I know for everybody that doesn't like to buy content. But if you do, check me out, Pick Dogs Premium. Let's have a good night. Let's have a good week. We'll see y'all at halftime.
See y'all at halftime. Check out the halftime with Mitch and Jay. Of course, you make sure you subscribe and set notifications so when they're live, you're live with them. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up again tomorrow.
All right, Tony.
Jay here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a recap momentarily. Let's get to my pick here really quickly. And let's go. I'm sorry that the Cubs played a day game because I would have given you the Cubs again, but they're not. They're going to be playing it. They're not. They're finished. They're in the dressing room. Mariners Rangers tonight, 9:40 Eastern time. Mariners minus 125. We're going to go under the total of 7 here with the Rangers and Mariners. As we know, the Mariners pretty much a light hitting team. I pretty much like the pitching matchup here for the Texas Rangers. John Gray is on the hill. Very low whip. 1.11 doesn't put up a lot of base runners, gets ground balls at 45%. We know Marco Gonzalez, 30 starts, ERA 4 whip of 1.33, kind of a high contact pitcher, but he does get away with it a bit. 43% ground ball rate, good control. One thing with the Mariners over the past 10 games, they're hitting .213 against right-handers. Man, they've had some really low batting average. They've been getting away with it, but now it's starting to result in losses. And you look here at the Rangers, 18-7 to the under in road games against AL teams, allowing 4.4 runs or fewer of this team. So good pitching staffs and been able to keep the Rangers bats at bay. Gonzalez 22-9 to the under when facing a bad team with a win percentage of 380 to 460. We're going under 7 here with the Rangers and the Seattle Mariners. Guys, I have pick out from. I have a 3-pack up there. My best bet from baseball, NFL, and college football in a 3-pack right now. Also, I have my $15 premium pick in a standalone pass, and that is also part of my 3-pack tonight, that $15 premium pick. So check it out over at Pick Dogs. I've included that in my 3-pack. So just if you're looking for my 15, it's standalone as well as in my 3-pack. That's what I wanted to get to say there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It is now time for the recap. So let's bring up the plays here for today's show. We'll get my pick out of the way. Alex, like Michigan State plus 8.5 here against Maryland. Damian here, Marlins plus 150 against the Brewers. We had McMordie, the Padres plus 128 here against the Dodgers. We had Shane here on the Rockies, Giants under 7. Tony Brown, Angels, the run line, minus 1.5 runs. Minus 125 here against the Athletics. Millz, Chase, over 5.5 receptions. Jay here on the Dolphins, money line plus 170 against the Bengals. I'm on Rangers Mariners under 7. The pick I like the most here would be on, there's a couple that I do like. I like that prop 2 with Jamar Chase over at 5.5, but I will go here with, let's go Rockies Giants under 7. Look for a little scoring game there out in San Francisco with the Giants bullpen really playing well. That'll do it for this edition of the Drive Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers in from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place with more picks. We got a 15-game card for Major League Baseball. 5 games on the board from college football, so we'll have a really good show for you guys here on Friday, so make sure you tune in, like, subscribe, set notifications. Remember the morning shows every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. It's the morning show. Mitch, we got Chris, we got Rod Zawacki. Don't forget the video series up there. We got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Romanelli's Rundown with Baseball. We got Javon's Parlay of the Day. We also have the NFL show with Jay, with Big Al, and Mitch. College football show with Mitch and Chris Ruffalo and Romanelli. And more video series coming up there. Don't forget to catch the weekend show here with the MMA show with Mills and Brad. So lots going on over at Pick Dogs. Like, subscribe, set notifications. When these videos drop, you want to be notified so you get the picks. And if you're going to bet them, you want to make sure you get the best numbers. So that's why you want to make sure you get notified so when they drop, you're one of the first to watch them. That'll do it here for this edition here of Drive Thru. Be sure to tune in tomorrow live at 6 Eastern. Let's bring in our crew here for